Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dreamhack Winter 2013, and it is, after all, first day here. Really excited to be here, and the first match we're gonna stream is gonna be between Stay Green and Internet Gangsters. Joining in today is Babael, and with me is Lark.
Yo, what's up, man? Finally, it's here, that biggest tournament at the end of the year, Dreamhack winner. I'm so excited for this. Finally, we get to cast a lot of these very top tier teams from the international HoN scene, and it's gonna be awesome. We have Stay Green versus IG over here, man, for the first game of the day.
Yep, and it seems like the role is just decided. Stay Green gonna be the help on side, and we also got Internet Gangsters, IG on the Legion side, so stuff definitely is well on the way here. Gonna change the screen real soon. Give me a slight moment because the delay is just kicking in here and a lot of extra shit happening. You should be able to see the screen real soon.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, take it away, Lark. No problem.
Oh, just take a quick look at the bans. We have Ophelia, Scout Keeper, War Beast already addressed. Very standard bans coming out. A lot of the jungle strategy is gonna be pushed out of the way. Scout, of course, damn strong hero. Just such an annoying hero to deal with. War Beast as well with that push potential. And right off the bat, you see Insania gonna be picking up the Engineer, which is that energy with the energy field going to be very strong, on top of bubbles as well. Of course, a quick response pick on the Hag. Of course, Hag, just such a strong hero, always going to probably be picked up in the first picking stage, especially over in the international HoN scene. Over in Southeast Asia, we like to pick it. Most of the teams like to pick it up in that secondary picking stage, sometimes not even picked up at all. So it's very good to see that we're going to see that hero here today. I do believe that Keeper of the Forest was banned out, so unfortunately that combo won't be there. You know, the Keeper Hag combination is just so strong. But just bear in mind, there is that Tempest still on the board. Not sure what Swindle Melons is going to decide to go for over here, because he's taking a bit of time. It's gonna be that Flux though, so there is that combination from that Flux Hag. I do believe Tempest could even be chosen here if they want to. Pestilence is gonna be that quick response pick for Legion side, and that just means there's a lot of that early game aggression, pesty NG lane.
Yep, it's gonna be the case. That said, heroes actually pretty much decided already. Pesty NG laning coming out to be really strong from Team Legion side. Engineer, Bubbles, Pestilence, a lot of extra lockdown as well, and in general a lot of mobility. Both Bubbles and Pestilence just flies there really quickly. That's it. Stay Green side gonna just nicely side it up here with a Tempest, Flux, as well as Rechedex. So those are really good synergy heroes because you got a Flux pull in by the discharge. You also got Tempest Void there and a big Bad Blast to just nicely sweep up the floor. A lot of extra stuff happening here on Team Help on side. So Stay Green with a pretty good synergy here in terms of DR draft today as compared to Team IG. IG don't have as much synergy, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, IG, the thing is, they have that. The Pestilence, the Engineer lane. That's a very strong lane indeed. I'm not sure who's the hero that they're gonna pair up with Flux over the middle lane, but they have that Hag and Tempest combination plus that Flux, so it's very strong. Flux doesn't even need to get a portal key. You can just have Tempest run it. Tempest. Sorry. Tempest doesn't even need a portal key. You can just probably go for more tankish items, stand in the fight, just pop the Elemental Void and have Flux pull everyone in on top of a huge Bat Blast. It's just so strong. They're gonna get a damn pure, man. So that's a very early game aggression, very strong hero, just to pair nicely with their Engineer and Pestilence and Bubbles combination so far.
Yep, and this being the group stages, do note it's going to be a best of one series coming out from both teams here. So do note that only one game going to be played between both teams, and the winner will just take the extra point there going into the next match. So that's a Dampier going out from Team IG side. A lot of early game aggression come from the Dampier as well as the other heroes there. In general, Dampier is relatively a much more early kind of a hero as compared to the other late game carries such as Dark Lady, such as maybe even you can consider Draconis, Moon Queen, Sandwraith, all those not actually on the board here today. So the ban here is actually going to be the Zephyr, Sandwraith, Slither, Andromeda, Lodestone, and Puppet Master by Stay Green.
Yep, I mean, Zephyr is just a strong hero that Stay Green runs. Like, Chessie on that Zephyr just does amazing work with it. Very tankish hero, that, agility-ish tankish hero. He knows how to play it very well. Swindlemelon's gonna ban out Sandwraith. Sandwraith was just such an amazing hero with that gank potential. We see him a lot in the Southeast Asian region. We all know that he's just so damn strong, especially with heroes like a Fade and stuff like that. Surprisingly for international hunting, I guess the Fade isn't much of an issue anymore because there's a lot of other counters that they've built up upon. Lodestone, Andromeda, also still very strong heroes. Puppet Master as well. Kind of that carry on the rise in the international hunt team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it is, and that's it. Help on side is just looking to build on the portfolio of ganks there. Look at that, man. You got a Witchler joining there, and in general, that's gonna provide a lot of extra ganks as well. You got Hack, and that's a lot of magical damage. In general, a lot of synergy still present on the Stay Green side as well. Legion side, which is gonna be represented by Internet Gangsters, they don't have as much synergy, if you ask me. They have an Infor, which is gonna be nicely adding to the gang portfolio that they already have. Being gangsters themselves. So that said, you got Nymphora, you also got Ampere, that's gonna be a pretty good gang there. Pasty Nymphora also can have the ability to just exploit the teleport skill from Nymphora, so those are pretty good ganky stuff from Team Legion side. Whereas for the Hellborn team, in general, they can take team fights. That's what we want to see come from Stay Greens. But do they have what it takes to farm up to their level before they get ganked up by Team IG?
Yeah, that's gonna be the question of the day. I mean, like Legion team so far, it's just such an aggressive lineup. Dampier, Nymphora, that port is very, very good. I mean, we actually did see that over in Southeast Asian where, Hunter C, I do believe Impunity Storm kind of ran that. They're actually gonna pick up a rally here, so that's another huge wombo combo. Like, okay, so Hellborn's team is full of combinations right there. The only problem, like, okay, the thing about that is I don't really agree with like having a full rounded lineup for just full on combo, because if you fail your combo, you miss it, you could potentially get really really diminished in this game because of the way that Legion teams lineup works. Like Dampier is just a hero that rotates skills very very easily. So yeah.
Yep, that's good because that's it. Game is now going to be well underway. Game one and only game between IG and Staker in the group stages. The next time that they meet each other again will have to be in the semi-finals, and that is going to be a really long day ahead. That's it. That will only happen tomorrow. And that's right, IG going to be a Legion side, Staking on the Hellborn side. There's no score because the scores don't matter. They are going to be stuck at 0-0 at the end of this game. So it really just doesn't have a point to put the score up on that overlay there. So that's a Legion side by IG, and we have Insania there playing the Nymphora. Pestilence being played by Zergo. We also got Engineer being played by Sender. Zibe onto the Bubbles. Last but not least, Dampier being played by Fib there. So that's pretty good to see there as well. On the Hellborn side, we do have Stay Green reigning champions of Dreamhack, looking to just make extra statement here. Swinnermelons, captain and drafter, are going to be on the rally. Lim playing as the Flux. Minot's onto the signature Tempest as usual. We also got Zifu playing as the Witchler. Last but not least, Chessie there playing in the Suicide. I do believe that would be the Wretched Hag.
Well, actually, Chessie is that carrierish player for their team. He's gonna be in that short lane, I do believe. Mid's gonna be that Flux with the Witch Slayer combination. Zefreak, I haven't really seen Zefreak play much of Witch Slayer because I've really been, I really haven't watched it in a really long time. And I mean, international HoN scene that is. Rally is probably going to be mid with him, unless Rally's going to be the off lane, which most probably it is going to be. Yep. So Swindle Mullins has kind of rotated around his role to that off lane player, whereas Limp is kind of transitioned towards that mid role. I think this was just very very recently. I'm not sure how well it's working for them so far, but I think that they had a couple of matches yesterday and scrim, so I'm sure they should have been pretty much prepared for today. As for Legion team, it's gonna be that solo lane Bubbles, mid gonna be NG Pesty for sure, and then for a bot with Dampier. So this is kind of like what we saw as well when we cast Impurity Storm a few days back.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. That's a mid lane. It will be Zergo joining up with Sender, the mid lane. Now that's gonna be a pretty good combo, both Capacity as well as Engineer. But up against the Flux and Witchler, a lot of extra stun potential on the Hellborn side also. Do know the harass coming out from that magnetic surge there from that Flux is just very devastating. You also got double stun on Team Legion, so that's going to be the only saving grace for Team Legion side. Whereas in general, you can see that down south already some extra stuff happening there. Rally gonna be boxed out here by Insania. Insania playing as a Nymphora, that's pretty good stuff. And Ampere playing as the main carry. So previously, I think yesterday we saw Insania play the carry. Pretty good actually.
Well, yeah, I think that's mainly because they didn't have Fabelli over there. Oh, I have to say, a really good work by Swindle, by the way, to actually pull out those creeps. Because Insane actually tried to pull out the medium camp to, block his ability to pull out all those creeps from the Legion side. Surprisingly, Dampier, very questionable Terrorize actually over there.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. That's a 1 minute in. Already a pause gonna be called out here. Help on as well as Legion both needs a little bit of that break here. The tension is just too high coming out from Dreamhack Winter. And that's a top lane Bubble Zibe up against that of Chessie, man. Chessie, surprisingly enough, it seems like he's not going to long lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a short lane hag, so it's not really unfamiliar in my opinion. It's just that for Southeast Asian region, we rarely see that hag carry short. Usually just seen him just thrown in that off lane and suffer so hard in this game. I do believe he's going to be able to pick up on a lot of farm, especially since he gets Bubbles. It will be a pretty good matchup. Just taking a quick look at the stats though, Chessie's already 4-1 and Bubbles is only 2-1. And the thing is, Bubbles, if I'm not mistaken, he actually purchased this region all by himself, not even gonna get any region.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. That said here, we're looking at this really good. 1 minute already. Bottom lane still pretty much a lot of extra aggression here. Dampier against Rally. Rally just needs level, and in general, level's gonna be what's more important for Rally. He definitely needs a little bit of farm, yes, to get a bottle key for sure, but in general, just keep safe. That's gonna be the main motif of playing in a suicide against a dual lane.
Yeah, and bottom lane, like, okay, so Rally's level 1, and he's gonna be against this Dampier Nymphora. If Dampier and Nymphora is able to kill off Rally a couple of times before he's able to reach that level 6, it's gonna be very diminishing towards his own team. But uh, you look at the middle lane, this Flux Witch Slayer doesn't have as much kill potential as compared to Engineer and Pestilence. Okay, maybe not as much because the fact that Witch Slayer, he only has that Graveyard Stun to output the amount of damage. The miniaturization doesn't do damage at all, but it will give them an extra lockdown, enough for Limb to get in a couple more auto attacks in. Flux does deal a lot of damage in the early side of the game with that magnetic surge and release, so yeah.
Yep, and that's it. Stuff definitely still going on here. It seems like they are going for a little bit of the extra argument approach here, getting to the opponent's minds and having a little bit of pizza. Meanwhile, I did saw that in the chat a little bit earlier. That's pretty good stuff as usual. And that's it. They're gonna be good to go here. Insania just gonna go ahead with the unpause quickly. And well, Lark, this is the time where I ask you, who do you think is gonna have the advantage going to the later stage of this game?
Going into later stages, it's I don't know. And like in my opinion, Legion team, they have a good late game lineup. Hellburn team is, the thing is, they have such good heroes for wombo combo, like that wombo combo ability. And if it really reaches very, 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 very late, I think I still kind of give the favor towards Hellburn team, because double restoration shrunken headed Tempest is pretty strong against a team that doesn't have anything to cancel that out throughout a shrunken head.
Yep, and that's a top lane. We do have Bubbles there, still up against the Wretched Hack, and still no kills. Pretty much passive gaming coming from both sides, but still Hellborn a little bit more extra work because the level of farm is just a little bit higher there. In terms of GPM, you can tell straight up Tempest having a pretty good time in the jungle by himself, 290 plus, and no ward camps for him, so he is actually gonna have a really good time here.
Yep, exactly. No camps spotted at bottom lane though.
Bottom lane, a little bit extra gang happening there, and it's a lot of trouble. Dampier goes in for nice terrorize, trying to run away, but Witch Slayer is hasted, and that's gonna be really bad. Compel goes in, and Phoebe looking to go quickly, and that's gonna be the kill quickly. That being said, Sunmelon picks up the Bloodlust, and that would be the Bloodlust for this game and for the entire Dreamhack.
It's really, really good for them, because that means that now it's gonna add extra levels to Witch Slayer, who by the way, I don't really agree as a support hero, but I mean Zfric is making it work, and he made huge use of that haste rune, and bottom lane it gives that much more advantage towards Rally and slows down the farm from Dampier. So that snowball is not gonna be as much as good for this Legion team.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. So far, 3 minutes already, always to one. Hellborn team doing a pretty good job with 800 gold lead into their kind of just overall status for them. Still mid lane ganks can definitely happen. A good rotation from Witch Slayer is what we love to see. And in general, they pick up the kill on the bottom lane. And that, the person that fell there, I do believe was the carry Dampier. So not looking good for IG already, but just 3 minutes, things can definitely still change around. They didn't make sure that ganks is still gonna happen, coming up from IG side at least.
Yeah, hopefully the Pestilence is going to be able to pick up some farm. Let's take a quick look at stats. Pestilence is 17 and 1, but Flux is at 12 and 4. So, of course, more denies coming out from Flux, and it seems like Pestilence is getting more of that, you know, auto attack, because he has that melee hero with that hatchet as well. So very easy for him to pick up kills. I do believe Minax is farming really, really well. He's at level 5 already, and he's about 330 gold per minute. Bottom lane, oh, okay, it seems like just a bit of more harass. The help push is going to be popped by Rally there, so no issues for him. And top lane, Hag already has his Ring of Teachers. I'm not sure what his next item is going to be. It should most probably be that Steam Boots, but yeah.
Yep, that's gonna be the case so far. 4 minutes in already, Rune's gonna pop quickly. Top lane, Invisible Rune. It's gonna be slightly contested here, but no one just getting it just yet. I do believe that Bubble's gonna just nicely pocket that one for himself there. ZBA picking up that Invisible Rune. He's gonna be able to just nicely go in with nice ganks, and that's gonna be really good to see. But Bubbles, man, he needs to roam about. Just only level 4 though. Really doubt the effectiveness of that Invisibility Rune.
Yep, and you see like Minet's picking up a bottle. This is just his signature item. He always likes to go for it for that more aggressive play. Sorry, aggressive. What the hell? Like it's just good for him to, you know, pick up runes, rotate around, push towers. He's gonna get his Ring of Sorcery later on, because he just went for the ball because he's farming really, really well right now. He even has a Ward of Revelation in his inventory. Middle lane has been very quiet apparently, because not much kills. But top lane though,
Bubbles takes a little bit of beating for my liking, but he goes invisible. This is going to be a really good rune for him because it at least keeps him safe, and that's going to be at least a little bit of extra, you know, survival route there for the Bubbles so early in this game. It will definitely not help him gank, so that's not going to be materialized so far. But 0-1 so far, 5 minutes in, 1 kick only for Stay Green. Stay Green looking good, and that's going to be good for them. Whereas for IG, still no ganks from the past team, nothing happening just yet. They're just passively farming very defensively, and that's going to help them, but they need to start contesting runes. If not, the gank's going to go way out of control here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the runes will play a big part. And Dampier, by the way, is already level 5. He's gonna reach level 6 soon. As soon as he starts getting consume charges, he already has steam boots, by the way. So once he starts getting a whole bunch of those charges, he's gonna be very, very, you know, he's gonna be probably very. Oh, hold on, hold the top middle lane.
In mid lane, stuff happening quickly. It seems like Engineer, a lot of trouble. The Engineer will actually be saved. Nice impale coming out from Zergo to at least stall Team Hellbound a little bit there. That's a top lane, a lot of extraction happening. Hack actually is going to be just level 5 against Bubbles level 5, so I would definitely say that this lane is somewhat split in between. But we're going to have to look at the CS to just nicely call it quits here. And that being said, we have Bubbles 19:7, whereas Ratchet Hack is just at a pretty good pace of about 25:10. So Ratchet Hack with a little bit more extra fun, but leveling wise, both of them are pretty much dead even. And at the mid lane, Pasty up against Flux. It's pretty fair also, except that Pasty has got just 4 extra creeps there, so pretty negligible in general. And they need to just start killing each other to just make sure that there is a clear lead. That's a down south Dampier, 43 creep kill. Dampier is just really having an awesome time. And, you know, Melons is just not having a good time at his lane here. He is already level 6, so maybe looking for extra ganks, but no farm on him just yet.
I mean, he's actually doing relatively okay. I mean, he's 200 gold per minute, level 6 already. Yeah, like you said, gonna look for a gank. Middle lane, it could be that gank though. Here we go.
Speaking about some ganks coming from Cinemelons, he's just gonna nicely go to the mid lane right now, but it's a little bit questionable though. He just decided to take a really long road back to the bottom lane, and that is a little bit confusing.
Yeah, Dampier is already having 1 essence charge. He's gonna get another 2 more soon. He even has that apprentice robe purchase, so he has a bit of more mana pool for himself to work with. He's eventually gonna pick up that light brand into bottom lane.
Oh, bottom lane, you gotta look at that, man. Rally, a lot of trouble. Rally actually should be fine. Here comes the Nymphoria, but no stun just yet. Rally actually is already level 6. Pretty tanky as a strength hero, so no troubles at all for him. That's a mid lane. A lot of aggression happening all across the map so far, but still 0-1, and you can call this passive game. You can.
Yeah, I mean, top lane is already won by a Hag. He's already level 6. Bubbles already forced to go back lane. I mean, go back home. He's level 5 now. He's not at level 6 yet. As soon as he hits level 6, I definitely think he's probably gonna set up for a gank, probably even bottom or mid. But look at this, Tempest is rotated bottom already. They're trying to look for that huge compel into a Seismic Slam Elemental Void ulti, but it's gonna be spotted out because of Insania's ward. They're really nicely placed by him actually.
Yep, that's gonna be the case. That's it. A lot of extra dancing about happening here. We also got Pestilence Zergo, still level 5, and he doesn't have much items yet. It's only 700 gold in the bank. Should be able to get a steam boost first before the Pole Key, but he definitely needs a little bit more extra farm in the mid lane. And the aggression is just rising here, coming from Team Stay Green, man. You have a Tempest that's already level 8, so we will definitely be able to just nicely expect Tempest with a lot of extra push strategy coming out here with Elementals and Elementals replicates.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually looking towards the push, whether it's going to be in that mid lane or at that offlane. Oh!
There goes the discharge, and it seems like Zergo a lot of trouble. Zergo tries running, but the stun is just too overwhelming, and there goes the Fat Lady drop, and he actually goes down. That's it. Tempest a lot of trouble. Tempest actually want to look for a nice little turnaround void if he wants to do that. That's it. Elemental's going to try and push on tier 1 there. A nice little pool there coming out from Flux. Lim doing a lot of work there. Xander takes the fall, and that's going to be pretty good to see as well. Lim with the double tap. And at the top side, we do have Ratchet Hack against their Bubbles. Hack already level 7, Bubbles level 6, so Hack has a slight lead so far at the top lane. But Hellbound nicely addressed the mid lane tier 1.
Yeah, very nice rotation. You saw that. It was just timely. All of them ran to mid. They got a couple of kills. They pushed down the tower. You see Tempest is going to spot out a stacked out small camp over here. Dampier and Nymphoria is going to continue farming in the jungle, and I do believe Fairly is going to be able to be happy about the exchange now. He's 1.2k gold, probably going to finish up that Steam Boots and then look towards picking up the Portal Key later on.
Yep, that's gonna be the case so far. And looking at that, man, Hack has got pretty good farm so far. Looking at Bubbles, also Bubbles just with the Shell Surf going in, but with the Shell Surf already used, a little bit of a tight spot, but Hack doesn't have the mana to pick up the kill. And that's it. We also have Engineer just roaming into his own jungle to find a lot of elemental replicates here, not home at all. And in fact, all the stack camps gonna be nicely snatched away by Stay Green. So Stay Green's gonna extend their lead by a lot more so far. 4k gold lead already, just nicely stacking at them. And IG, man, they need to start ganking. If not, they are no gangsters, man.
Yep, look at Engineer though.
Yep, Engineer takes a little bit of a small miniaturization, and also Graveyard Stun there, landing on the face, and Sender a lot of trouble. Sender goes down. Lim again with another kill, so Lim already with 3-0-0, looking to be really good so far. Dampier nicely comes to this vicinity, but doesn't get anything done. He's actually going to hide behind the trees.
Yeah, he is. The minion's actually gonna spot out Dampier and Amphora as well, by the way. Rally's just gonna continue farming. Let's see. Yeah, he finished up that steam boots, even has picked up the power supply. Witch Slayer doesn't have anything just yet. Been focusing on, you know, boarding off the map for his team. Flux already with 2. Wait, I think the Crushing Claws were already in his inventory before. He does have the steam boots finish. Pestilence himself has the steam boots as well completed. Gets himself delivered a Homecoming Star, I do believe. He's gonna try to rush for that early portal key so that they can put even much more aggression on this Hellborn lineup.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be the case. That's 4. We're looking at 10 minutes in. 0-4, man. 4.6k goldie for Team HoN. Looking to be really good. As said, 1 tier 1 already addressed from the Legion side. And now it seems like Internet Gangsters gonna nicely make something happen here. All 4 members just congregating in the Legion jungle. They were trying to push the bottom lane, but Stegren was already there. So they're gonna call it off also. And if they do call off, they might as well call off this game.
Yeah, bottom lane. It seems like, okay, so Legion team is just gone back to the approach of farming in the jungle. They know they can't really take a team fight now. Dampier, I think he's finished it. Yep, he finished his light brand over there. But still, it's not enough to really do much. He needs that Grim of Power very, very soon. He will excel his farming. Here we go, Rally though.
Rally a lot of trouble. There goes the Dampier. Vampiric Flight as well. Terrorize going to be used, and seems like Rally a little bit confused because of this orientation effect coming from the Terrorize. Looking to just quickly run away, but he's just dancing him off. Sooner lets know that they cannot buy him, cannot kill him, and he's going to buy some time for the rest of his members to just nicely pot in. That's going to be Minas there with the discharge from Lim. Discharge being used. Compel misses. Melons is not on roll today, and down goes Sooner Melons. It seems like here comes Pestilence as well. Pasty with a double damage rune looking to just nicely fly by. Can he go in for the kill? That's the question though. Nice push away from that Lim, and there goes the Void, but it gets cancelled quickly, and that's just a little bit of misplay from Stegren's side. Stegren not looking good at all. There goes the Impel. Flux is a little bit of trouble there, but Pasty is more of a trouble so far. Pestilence tries to run away, and quite a cute route he took there, but he's gonna be okay. That's it. It seems like Insana gonna take the fall, and also Pestilence still gonna die at the end of the day. Stegren comes back alive. Cinnamon did buy back there.
Yeah, very questionable Elemental Void. The buyback was used, but at least it will provide them the ability to push down this tier 1 tower. They know that, like Hellborn team that is, Stegren knows that they need to make sure that they quickly push down towers very, very fast and, you know, win the game as soon as possible because they're working against the clock. Rally is actually gonna run into Dampier, by the way.
Yep, that's gonna be the case so far. So we have a pretty interesting situation where almost everyone from IG side gonna be just nicely getting on Team Hellborn side. But again, Stegren is just doing a lot of extra pressure here. The Rally or trouble to the Malice, trying to run away. Nice pull from Limp, but is it gonna be enough to save him? I don't think so. Still auto attacks coming out there, and maybe looking for turnaround Awi, but doesn't have it done there. The Babael goes down, and it seems like Bubbles is gonna take the fall first. So ZB goes down, Limp picks up the kill, Zfreak picks up Flip there as well, and Pestilence Zergo is still looking for the kill on that Hack, but Hack is just so full in terms of health points, so Pesty a lot of trouble, and the push away from Lim to just make sure the Tempest catches up with the Pesty. That may not be enough because a great turret comes out there, and it seems like Pesty's still gonna die at the end of the day, so Minas there is just doing such a good job, and Stegren, you can definitely see the chemistry coming already. Lim doing a lot of work this game.
Yeah, he's making a lot of the big plays, pushing and helping his teammates there. Really, really well played by him. And
that was used. Nymphora, Insania don't want to be here, and he actually fell there really quickly as well. Doesn't have to fed Nymphora alternate avatar, so that's why he has to die, man.
Yeah, I mean, that was just really well played by them. They're really steamrolling this game so far. They're getting every single advantage that they need in this game. Tempest actually hanging around the jungle a bit too much. He's gonna back off right there. Really good decision by him. At the bottom fight over there, I actually thought Rally was going to use the Compel because he had it up and available. I think he just waited a little bit too long for that, but nevertheless, they at least pick up a lot of kills. They actually won the team fight very, very well. Like, even though the quick response coming up from this Legion team, they actually lost a lot of that.
They did, and it's pretty interesting to see that as well. So far, 13 minutes into this game, 10-3, Hellborn team with 8.8k goal lead, looking to be really good. And Legion side, man, they are just a little bit questionable. I mean, Internet Gangsters, you're gonna have to expect a lot more from them right now, but they don't have what it takes so far. I mean, level 8 Zergo, level 8 Zibe, level 9 Dampier in general, still not enough levels to pick up Team Hellborn. Hellborn side, in fact, everyone already above level 7, and that's gonna be pretty fair. But they have got 2 level 11, that's both the Tempest as well as the Hack. So that's level 2 Bad Blast and level 2 Elemental Void.
Yeah, those are the most important ultimates. It would be nice if Rally could also have that level 11 as well as the Limp. Limp is eventually going to reach level 11 really, really quickly soon. The Rally, by the way, has an Invis rune. He's going to try to spot out a hero. He can probably kill out this Engineer and Nymphora by himself, but Dampier is still in the vicinity, so he doesn't want to pop anything just yet. There is a Witch Slayer in the vicinity with Steam Boots completed. They probably are looking towards a gank, maybe, but Rally's just gonna give him vision for him. Here comes Witch Lair though. They need to be a little bit more careful about this because there's 4 heroes now in the Legion jungle. Out comes the port though.
Yeah, and teleport's gonna happen quickly. Gets stunned quickly. Nice! Melon goes in for a quick denial of the pop, but he's gonna pay the heavy price though. And right now here comes a little bit of backup from his good friend brother there, Z-Frick. Nice stun there, landing just on 2 of them, but it seems like he's gonna be in a lot of trouble as well. And that's a Pasty on the top lane actually died there. So the backup was actually coming, but Melon cancelled that out really nicely from his invisibility rune there. So it seems like also that Witchler a little bit of trouble, but nice miniaturization. Is it going to be enough? That's the question. Here comes the pod in there. The pod coming in really hard. And IG a lot of trouble. IG looks for the kill on the Witchler. Witchler goes down. Could be at a heavy price though. Down goes Engineer. It seems like Bubbles is going to be fine. So that at least is going to be a 1-for-1 kind of exchange going out from both sides.
Yeah, really well played by Z-Freak, man, to just quickly go back in, use the miniaturize, and then the quick ports to help and support Z-Freak over there. Really well played. At least they do kind of exchange that, but of course Bubbles, he got extra EXP from that, and I think Sender just a little bit of out position over there after all the ports were going in. There is a Shrunken Head finished up on Flux already, by the way.
Yeah, but that's the case so far. And that being said, man, 16 minutes gonna be up real soon. 5:12. Stagrin looking to be really good so far. 10k goal lead for them already. Whereas for Team Legion side, man, Internet Gangsters, they're just not ganking enough. Look at that, only 5 kills, and they need to just nicely up their guns, man.
Yeah, they've been getting unfavorable team fights, and that's why this Pestilence can't get that portal key soon. And it's just really hurting him a lot because he's not able to help and gank around all across the map with the rest of his teammates because he doesn't have that initiation prowess. Nymphora tried to use that Nymphora gank, but really beautifully cancelled out by Rally. And I don't know, like seems like SG is just on the ball today for this very first game.
Yep, that's gonna be the case, and Stagrin already on the ball. It's gonna be a really good stuff for them in this Dreamhack tournament. They are, after all, the champions, looking for extra winner here again in this winter season of 2013, looking for the kill as well. But that being said, 12 kills in, and 10k goalie, they just nicely waiting to just go in to end this game. But previously in the last Dreamhack, they ran a completely different strategy. So this one here was, I do believe, due to the recent meta changes in the international scene at least.
Yeah, I mean, international scene's always constantly changing, especially after new patches and such. They actually still a whole bunch of, what do you call this, ancient creeps over there, ancient stacks from this Legion team, so that's very unfortunate for Legion team. Dampier, though, does complete the Glimmer of Power, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he has it now. 400 gold per minute, he's doing a pretty decent job for his team, but there needs to be a lot more kills happening for this Legion lineup.
Yep, and that's it, 17 minutes already, 5:12, 10k goalie for the help on side. They're just pushing on the mid tier 2 here, and mid tier 2 actually in a lot of trouble. Might actually be looking to go down real soon. And actually no contest from IG side, so IG gonna contest this one. Oh wait, pod's gonna be used. Where's the pod, man? No pod, so it's gonna be done, and it's gonna buy them some time. But buy them some time to do just what? That's the question. Top lane is not down yet, bottom lane also not down yet, so they're gonna nicely back away here to just defend on the tier 3. Tier 3 without a fort right now, that could be pretty questionable. And here comes the Bubbles, anti-push, pretty effective as well, just nicely sweeping up the floor there, cleaning away from all the creeps, and that's pretty good to see as well. Now Hellbound team gonna be able to just nicely back away, 11k goal lead already, 12:5, 17:50 seconds in, so we are definitely looking a lot extra time here, but stay green, man, upping the aggression, that's what we love to see.
Yeah, I mean, they need to utilize push potential as soon as possible, quickly destroy a lane of Raxes so that they can be that much more further ahead. Dampier, oh, careful. Tempest actually could use that push book to try to spot it up, but unfortunately Dampier just in the nick of time was getting out of there. And Tempest surprisingly doesn't have an Astrolabe, but he does have that Tablet of Command, so that's going to help out his team a lot, especially seeing as to, you know, you have a Pestilence, so many things to kind of counter against. But of course it is kind of a double-edged sword, especially against the Bubbles Kelp field. But nevertheless, it's going to help out for his team. And I'm not sure if he's still going to go for that Astrolabe. I'm curious to see what his next item pickup is going to be.
Yep, that's gonna be the case so far, and I mean Tempest is looking to be really good so far. He already have got the Tablet of Command, so I don't think he's gonna go for the double mobility items such as the portal key as well as the push book because he doesn't really need that. That's it, bottom lane lip and try engagement happening quickly. The gang already on schedule. Insania there actually goes down, and Phoebe also gonna have to take the fall today. Chassis and Zephyr picks up the kills there. Pretty good to see that. A lot of extra gang come from Stagrin. Stagrin is just a gang that really gangs.
Yeah, I mean, top lane, here comes the Flux ulti though.
Flux gonna discharge in, and Zergo a lot of trouble. Zergo gets pulled all the way back home, and it seems like Pasty a lot of trouble. Pasty gonna take the fall for sure there. And it seems like also Bubbles is gonna be fine. Bubbles tries to run away with also Engineer Sand in his vicinity, but both of them are just not enough to just put off the aggression from Stay Green. And IG, they're just by far, very far from winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the GPM charts on for Hellburn team, this is a lot, man. 400, 3 heroes up at that 400 gold mark. Even the supports going into 200 and Rally actually gonna be at 263. They might actually pick up Nymphora here.
Nymphora, a lot of trouble. Nymphora actually gets a shotgun to the face and actually goes down really quickly. That's it. Here comes Bubbles. Bubbles, ZBA wants to make something happen here against the Tempest. And on the flip side, we do have Sender popping the energy field. It seems like Witchler is definitely going to be done for here. Or may not be so, but Tempest on the flip side is just nicely going down. And Minats there is going to die today. That's it. Fibe picks up the kill easily. And, well, Witchler is going to be fine. So a lot of trouble there coming in from both the energy field, Cax, as well as turrets. But this Witchler, man, brings a lot of hope.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he actually survived out of that engagement from Engineer. Like, Engineer used everything, so I'm surprised that he didn't die at all. And that Steam Boots is really helping him a lot in this game. Only that Steam Boots in his inventory. 1.4k gold, by the way, saved up on Rally. And speaking of Rally, at the bottom lane engagement earlier on, where we saw that, I think it was Z-Freak and Chessie picking up those kills. That was just a really beautiful compel by him to cancel out the flight coming up from Dampier, as well, the extra support from his teammates. So really, really well played.
Yep, that's the case so far. And 20 minutes and ready. 6-16, 14k goal lead for Team Hellbound side. And Legion, man, they like I mentioned before, they need to hack gang. They have the Nymphora pod, which they have not really been using. The previous attempt was completely shut by Suno Melons. That's pretty good to see coming from the rally. But they still need to make sure that gangs are going to be well on the way here. And in general, you already got a Bubbles level 11, but Bubbles still not going around the gang. He already has got a Paul key, and you want to see a lot more extraction coming from IG side. Make sure that the elite size sees a little bit of extra control back into this game.
Yeah, they definitely need to make sure that they can get some traction, because they're like Legion team's just losing out a lot right now. There is still that Grimoire, of course. Definitely probably looking towards Fibele getting that early shrunken hit. That's gonna help him a lot in this team fight. Although there's a lot of things that they can still counter him, like a Tempest Elemental Void on top of a Seismic Stem is still gonna do a hefty amount of damage towards him. They're kind of not utilizing the Nymphora part anymore because they can't really get that jump potential and aggression, because Staging is just grouping up as 5 and going together, and they're gonna go for Kong right now because they don't have Legion team doesn't have any vision of this.
Yep, they don't have, and that's it. It seems like Kongo is gonna be in a little bit of trouble so far. And 13k gold lead already up, and in general, Kongor doesn't seem like it's gonna be any form of Legion contest coming in straight up. Legion now gonna try and push the top lane instead. Bubble's already here, knocking on the top tier 2, but not gonna land actually any attacks on that one. So they may actually know that Kongor is gonna be well on the way, because there is no Hellbound members on the map at all, so it's pretty obvious at this point in time. But no wards, and even if they do know that they are here, they're not gonna come in for this gang, because there's a Tempest in this area. There's also a pretty good rally, and in general, a lot of extra gank mechanism on the Hellbound side.
Yep, and you look at Wretched Hag, he already has that Mighty Blade. He's going to be picking up that Shrunken very, very soon. 1.3k in the bank. On top of that, what do you call this? A Token of Life. He's going to run up here to Legion's lineup. He needs to be a little bit more careful.
Oh, wow, the big bad blast just nicely mops up Sender. Sender there gets sent to hell quickly. And that's it. Hag's a little bit of trouble, but here comes the stun coming from a jumping Tempest, and that's going to be really good to see as well. Bubbles out of trouble. Bubbles actually looking to go down, and that's going to be really good to see. But that being said, Hag actually went down and he expended the Token of Life, so Hag actually came back alive. And this is going to be the moment of push for Team Hellbound right now. Stay Green going in for the mid lane push. Can they reach the tier 3 in time? They definitely can. Can they knock off all the Rexes in time? That's the question though.
Yeah, I think they by all means definitely can. I think Fortification was used a little bit earlier on, or maybe not. I can't really remember, but so far they're gonna do a lot of chip damage at least, and that was kind of an okay use of the token because they did pick off Ancients. Here we go, mid.
Yeah, Pasty gets pulled all the way and they're already now popping the Shrunken. The Flux, Lim in trouble, but Lim is gonna be okay. And there goes the Pestilence. Pestilence takes the fall. A nice Calfield landing on all 3 members there. Dampier jumps in looking for the kill. Can he get it done? That's the question. There goes the Void! And the Void goes down. He seems like it's gonna be really big. And in general, Nymphora takes the fall. And next in line gonna be Bubbles, and Internet Gangsters got completely ganked out. They go wiped out. They're genocide going out for Team Stay Green. Really good to see that.
Yeah, that was an insane team fight for them. They're gonna get, okay, they force out the Fortification already. There's only buybacks on Insania and Fibele. Fibele already bought back. They're gonna get this defense tower and this melee Rex as well. So this is just really, really good for them. And the thing is that even though that Elemental Void wasn't the biggest, it was still more than enough to secure enough wins for them. He actually held on to that for a really, really long time. He has a Beast Heart, by the way, so he just wants to go for pure tankiness in this game because he knows that he doesn't need to get that jump initiation because they have a Flux and a Rally in the vicinity as well.
I mean, Internet Gangsters, man, they're rolling the big boys, man, and this is just how they just roll quickly. Look at that, 21k gold lead already. Big void happening there as well. A lot of extra micro happening from both Z-Freak as well as Lim. That was a very nice Shrunken and a great discharge. You pull in Pestilence, kill him straight up. Even though Engineer put up a very good energy field, it just didn't stop Stay Green. They are always on the ball, and they kind of stage definitely making sure that they have the extra edge there.
Oh man, Nymphora. Unfortunately, Flux didn't run into him over there. Nymphora actually ported back behind enemy lines. Not sure why he decided to do that when he doesn't even have Warden Inventory and his teammates are so far away. Kind of questionable decision there. I'm not sure what that was all about. Maybe just to spot out something, but either way, shouldn't be like that far up front by yourself. Sender, of course, he had that ward over there. He thought that maybe he could probably pick up a kill on someone, but yeah, I don't think so.
Yep, definitely Sender. Only if Insania brought along someone there to just nicely pick up the kill on Flux, it would definitely be at least a little bit of a saving grace for Team Internet Gangsters right now. But IG versus Stay Green, and Stay Green in a pretty good spot so far. IG knows that they need to do something, at least, but they are just a little bit confused right now. No items just on most of those heroes there. You have already a Grimoire up on at least Ampere, so that's at least going to be a little bit of a good news for them. And also 2 portal keys for Team Legion side, 1 on Pestilence, 1 on Bubbles. Pretty much extra mobility as well. I would like to see Sender with the portal key, or maybe even just a push box. Oh, sorry. Maybe just even a steam boot. That's going to be really hard for Sender to get at least.
Yeah, and the thing is, even though that Grimoire, like that, okay, so now Grimoire of Power is not gonna do as much now because you look at Hellborn team, Tempest actually picked up that very early Barrier Idol, very nice pickup for him. Shrunken Head already completed on Wretched Hag. Like all the items that Hellborn team needs is already in the vicinity for them. They're definitely gonna easily take this team fight at the bottom lane. Flux even with that Ice Brand now gonna do a lot more damage with that Magnetic Surge. Rally with that Soul's Bulwark as well. Like they have every single item they need to actually straight up take a team fight. Tempest Elemental Void will be up in 30 seconds. They know that they can definitely have that for the next push into the base. So they're already pushing right now, you can see.
Yep, they are, and that's it. It seems like the bottom lane tier 2 going to be addressed quickly. And in general, it's going to go down as well. Top lane going to be pushed as well by Team Legion, so it's going to be a nice fair trade there. But here comes the pot back because they know that the mid lane already went down, only the range backs was left there, and it's gonna be the bottom lane that will be contested right now. There's also double damage on the Hag. Hag dealing a lot of extra damage here with the Grimoire power and Shrunken Head. That's a Wretched Hag you don't want to mess around with. That's it. Void gonna be off cooldown in just the next 4 seconds, and that's gonna be really big for Team Stay Green and Internet Gangsters, man. They just lost the last window of opportunity to just close in on the Tempest right now. Now it's gonna be up to pure teamwork and gameplay. Can they shut down the Pesty before he pulls out the Void?
Pesty? El Pesty? Did you say Pesty or what?
No, can they shut down Tempest before he puts out the Void?
Sorry. Okay. I don't think they could because Tempest is just so tankish right now. He has a lot of magic armor, a lot of physical armor coming out from the added effect from Rally over there. Unfortunately, now he actually put it to offensive bulwark. But I mean, Tempest has an extra Beast Heart and that Bear add on top of a Tablet of Command, Ring of Sorcery, Power Supply. Almost all his items give him stats except for his boots. He's gonna be so he's gonna be happy with the current position he's in. I mean, like even if they try to go onto him, there's so much support coming from the rest of his Hellborn members. You have a Witch Slayer with a portal key. He's gonna do a lot of work. And the thing is, like even if they try to jump in, there's that wombo combo that they still have to deal with. Like as soon as Flux pops that Shrunken Head, he's gonna definitely use that that Flux pull and the discharge and on top of an Elemental Void.
Yeah, man, that's Stay Green now looking to just nicely steamroll over IG. IG a lot of trouble, 21k gold already in favor of Team Hellborn. 27 minutes into this game, 24 is to 7 so far. And that's a bottom lane tier 3 already being addressed. And it's just all the way down to just 25% health. It's just a lot of trouble now. But Team Legion, they have what it takes to nicely defend this one. They just need to stay calm and carry on.
Yeah, if they can, because they're actually really far behind. Those portal key initiations, it's not as effective now because you see, like I mentioned earlier, even if they jump in, like Flux is gonna be able to just pull everyone in. They definitely have to burst down. Like there are too many targets that they need to burst down, and a lot of these targets they're very tanky already right now.
There we go. It seems like an engagement happening very quickly. We are just waiting to see what's gonna really happen here, but that's 28 minutes in already. Legion team is just buying time for themselves. Hellborn team on the flip side is in a pretty good spot, but they are nicely trying to make sure that they can push down this lane here, but the lane is just not going in their favor so far for the Legion side. Legion definitely needs to jump on them, and it's a question, who's gonna make the jump first?
I mean, either Pestilence or Bubbles, but the thing is, most probably it's going to be that Bubbles to try to get a jump in, maybe even Pestilence. You see Pestilence already activated a flight. I think they would thought about jumping in the Tempest over there, but if they did that, that would be an instant reaction for Flux to, you know, pull off the Shrunken Head and then discharge right into everyone.
If he can do just that, and that's it. A big wombo combo on the Hellborn side. Want to see the big flush, the big void, as well as a great side speed slam. in the center of the heart of that big fort. It's going to mean a lot of extra kill potential, and that's going to be the combo coming from Stay Green side. And there goes Tempest, he's just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Minus knows best to not jump and initiate, because there definitely is going to be a little bit of cancel effect come from the Legion side. And there goes the Pestilence jump quickly, and Void needs to just nicely steer clear right now. Tempest is going to be safe there. Being said, there goes the discharge, and where's the Void? The Void not going to be just yet, and it's going to be just used on Dampier. Dampier, a lot of trouble right now. Dampier, the only saving grace. It's going to be going down as well. It's concede vote already been called, and the game is going to Stay Green.
Yep, definitely. There's no way that they were able to, come back from that because they just got completely outplayed, outlaned. They lost 3 lanes in that game, and I mean, you can't have that happening, especially seeing as to the team that has to be the aggressors. That quick push potential coming from Hellburn team was just really, really nicely played by them. Good job by Stay Green. They're gonna be up a point, I do believe, in this current group stages, so that's just good for them as well.
Yep, that's gonna be the case here, and yep, it's gonna be Stay Green that won a game. There we go. Pretty good to see that as well. Stay Green is going to have 1 point, or rather a few points into the stages, because we're just not too sure what's going to happen so far in. But we're going to bring you an additional coverage soon, and that's going to be the next game. So do stay tuned here for an increased coverage for the Dreamhack Winter 2013. This is Babael, joining me is Larcms. See you guys in just a short moment. We'll be back with more games soon. Goodbye.